Welcome back to Angelic Harmony Reiki. I am Amanda. Today we have a gentle yoga class that is, again, I keep saying this every yoga class. It's intended to regulate the central nervous system. So we live in a world where fight or flight, maybe our experience with fight or flight is that we are continually being triggered into a fight or flight state. And I'm here to tell you and remind you that it's not your fault that fight or flight has been triggered in you. There's nothing wrong with you. Your body is designed to seek safety. So when fight or flight is triggered in you, your body is communicating to you, hey, I feel unsafe. Let's find some safety. And that's why practices like yoga, Reiki, deep breathing, even emotional freedom technique, tapping, and others are so important right now as we shift and lift from darkness to light, integrating and loving all experiences and realities. And so, with that being said, this is a slower paced yoga class. We will do down dog, so prepare yourself for that if that is a difficult posture for you. And for some people it is, but no worries. I will break it down. We will move slowly and mindfully. And the main focus is our breath and getting nice and regulated and calm so that we can face any challenges. You are much stronger than the darkness that you may or may not be facing. So roll out your yoga mat, get comfy, wear a t-shirt and some stretchy pants, whatever makes you feel good when you do yoga. And we will get started. So I'm going to shift back to my yoga mat. That was a big movement for me. So shifting back onto the yoga mat, sitting in a comfortable seat, and it might be nice to move the flesh away from the bottom so that you get a sense of the sits bones grounding into the earth. So just like this tree behind me, this beautiful tree, we are rooting deeply into the earth. So imagining roots coming down from the legs, sinking deeply into earth, and they're woven in knots. These knots are the knots of infinity. You belong here. You belong in the universe. And every little thing is going to be okay. Close the eyes. You can allow the hands to rest on the thighs or knees. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your nose. Breathe in, up. Exhale, down, out. Continuing to cycle through breathing at your own pace. And in a way that serves you. Noticing where the body is now. Knowing that yoga is the place you can come to acknowledge and accept where the body truly is, not where other people tell you your body should be. Sometimes we're in a work environment and people are telling us that we shouldn't feel how we feel, that we should just toughen up and make it work. Right now, you don't have to make it work. Right now is your chance to allow yourself to melt and fall apart if that's what serves you. Breathe deeply into that, breathing in, up, through. Exhale, down, out, grounding, melting into earth. Blink the eyes open. Bring the hands down at your sides, fingertips root into the earth as shoulder blades slide down the back. Send right ear to right shoulder. Breathe here. Left ear to left shoulder. Breathe here. Inhale back through center and begin drawing circles with your nose, tiny circles, getting a micro stretch through the neck, and gradually the circles you draw with the nose get bigger and bigger and about as big as a plate, so that you get a nice stretch through the neck, the area that carries so much, allowing it to dissolve and release for your highest good, highest lights. Bringing the circling the opposite way now. And inhale, come back through center. Begin to roll the shoulders. So bringing the shoulders up, back, and down. Shoulders roll up, back, and down. So breathing in and up, exhaling, dropping down and back. So continuing to breathe. It's okay to close the eyes here once you've got the movement, knowing that I will guide you with my voice. So the shoulders just continue to roll up, back, and down as you breathe deeply. Now we will take the shoulder rolls the opposite way. So I'm going to bring them up, forward, back, and down. Shoulders roll up, forward, and down. Up, forward, and down. Approaching the gestures and movements of yoga from all angles. Owl medicine, seeing things from all sides and perspectives, moving from all sides and perspectives for the benefit of the body and somatic release. Exhale, release the shoulders. It might be nice to wiggle them just a little bit, releasing any strain they might feel. Send your torso from side to side, allowing the hands to rest on the knees. Getting slight micro movements, micro fluidity. We can be so stiff and locked in. Sometimes it's nice to invite ourselves to just glide and flow. You can kind of let the head go as you lean from side to side. And we'll begin to get the arms involved. So sending the arms to the right as we lean to the left. Inhale, sending the arms to the left as we lean to the right. Moving from side to side as a gesture of openness, of movement, sending things through. Bring the arms back through center, hands come to the heart, close the eyes, feel the thumbs connected with the heart connected with the thumbs. Notice the warmth of your heart. Even if your heart is breaking, even if the heart is heavy and armored, there is warmth available to you, for you, through you. Connect with it. Breathe into the heart space, drawing breath in through the nose, down out through mouth. On the next inhale, send the right hand at your side. As you exhale, reach left arm up overhead. The head can look up towards the hand if that feels good for the neck. And on your next inhale, press into the grounded hand to lift you up. Exhale, left hand comes to mat as you lean into this left side. Take a breath here. You can look up at the hand. And on the exhale, press into the hand, reach up, get a nice full body stretch, shifting from side to side, up and out of the ribs. Then exhale, nice breathe, bringing fingertips down to the mat, noticing how it feels to invite the shoulder blades to float away from the ears. So in fight or flight, our natural tendency, our body just does this without us telling it to, is this rounded gesture. I need protection is what this says. So in yoga, we roll shoulders up, back, and down, sliding these shoulder blades away from the ears to communicate to the body, hey, right now I'm safe. We might not have felt safe earlier, but right now I'm safe, and I'm going to show you through my breath and my movement that we will continue to be safe. So breathe here. Exhale down and out through. Very nice. So now we'll come onto the hands and the knees. Once on the hands and the knees, you want the hands stacked under the shoulders. You want the knees stacked under the hips. And just keep in mind that this stacking, it's not an exact science. It's what feels right and best for you. So you're going to experiment and see what feels right. Generally, you want the bones stacked, but some people may need a wider stance depending on the width of their shoulders. And so that will be determined by you as you continue to practice yoga. Once you've got yourself in a spot that feels right and aligned for you, pull the belly button in towards the core. Press down into the shins, the hands. On the inhale, heart shines forward, arch through the spine. And then exhale, rounding. Taking time, remembering this is gentle yoga. So inhale, heart shines forward, arching. And then exhale, rounding. Moving through a few rotations of arching the back and rounding the back. On the arching, breathe in. On the rounding, breathe out. Moving at your own pace. Moving with a synchronized pattern of breath. On the next inhale, come back through center so that your back is nice and flat. On the next inhale, send the left leg out and back. Paying attention to your alignment. So we might have a tendency, I know I do, have this tendency to send the leg high to the sky. We want to bring it down so that the leg is coming out of the hip. Begin to roll through the ankle. And the opposite way as well. So on the next inhale, draw the knee in. Exhale, round, pull knee in towards chest. Inhale, send the leg out. Exhale, round, pulling knee in towards the chest. Inhale, the leg comes out long. Exhale, round, sitting knee in towards chest. Pull knee up just a little bit more. On your exhale, send the foot forward to the top of the mat. Here, tuck the toes of the back foot to send your knee back just a little bit more because we don't want to squish your kneecap. Bring the fingertips into the mat. Breathe into your hips. Look to the front of the room. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. On the next inhale, stack the hands on top of the thigh. Breathe here. And then inhale, the arms reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, arch the back. Inhale, arms sweep forward, returning to the mat. Exhale, straighten through the front leg, tucking the front toes back toward your face. Breathe. About 3 rounds of breath here. Holding a static posture, stretching deeply through the back of your leg. At the end of the third breath, inhale, bending into the front knee. And exhale, pulse back. So inhale, bend into the front knee. Look forward. Exhale, straighten leg, flex the toes of the foot. And inhale, bending. Look to the front of the room. Exhale, pull back, bow. Inhale to bend. Look to the front of the room. Plant the palms into the mat and send the left foot back. Send your hips from side to side. Working anything out of your hips. So these micro in-between movements feel nice. They integrate the deeper, more static stretches that we are doing. From here, come back into tabletop. Pull the belly button in, press down into the hands and grounded legs. Inhale, send the right leg out and back, checking in with the alignment. Inhale, exhale, bend knee, pulling knee in towards the chest, rounding. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend knee, round through the spine. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend the knee, rounding. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend the knee, rounding. This time, pulling the knee in towards the chest just a little bit more. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Tuck the toes of the back foot to walk the knee just a little more back. Bring the hands or the fingertips onto the mat as you look to the front of the room. Taking 3 deep breaths here. Allowing the hips to melt and sink into this posture as you pull in through the belly button. Allowing the core to stabilize you. At the end of the third breath, exhale, straighten through the front leg. Flexing the toes, bowing. It's okay if you have a bent knee. the backs of your legs might be really tight. So holding here, allow the deep belly breaths to open or invite an opening and release through the legs. And at the end of the third breath, inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, straighten through the front leg, bending the foot backwards or flexing the foot. So inhale, bending the knee, looking to the front of the room. Exhale, straighten through the foot, flex the foot, bow. So inhale, bending, look to the front of the room. Exhale, straighten through the front leg, sending the toes towards the ceiling, bowing. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, flexing, straightening. So moving through a few more rounds of this at a pace that serves you. So moving as fast or as slowly as you need to. And once we are in a low lunge again, so that's your knee bent at the front of the mat, on your next exhale, you will send the right foot back so that you're now in tabletop again. Send your hips from side to side. It might even be nice to circle through the hips. So drawing the hips to the left, back to the right, and down towards the front of the mat. Remember to breathe. It is the breath that is the magic of yoga. Right, we will all meet in tabletop, preparing for downward dog. So know that if downward dog's not for you today, that you can just stay in tabletop, or you can sit back on the heels, coming into a child's pose. Breathing deeply in child's pose. But if downward dog is for you, you will tuck the toes. And so notice that I slowly feel my knees away from the mat, send my hips up and back. And the main action I focus on first is pressing my weight into my hands, sending shoulders away from the ears, getting a nice length going on in my spine. And then I pedal through the feet. Notice that I keep my knees very bent. I have tight hamstrings and calves. And it takes my body time in a yoga practice to get straighter legs. It comes, but it takes time and patience and breath work. And that's okay. Not everyone is going to have the perfect straight downward dog legs. Our bodies need time to soften into what we're doing. So pedal through your feet. Know that if you have bent knees like me, that all is well. Continue to breathe. And then send the knees down towards the mat. Press into the hands, lengthen through the spine. Breathe deeply here. Send the thigh bones back, the glutes towards the ceiling, continuing to press into the hands. Breathe deeply into the belly. For 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, walk the feet to meet the hands at the very top of your mat. You want the fingertips to touch the mat, so bend your knees as much as you need to in order to be able to touch the mat. Forward fold. Take a breath here. On the next inhale, press into your feet, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands into heart center. Inhale, arms reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, creating an L shape with the body. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step the feet back into plank. Lower the knees. Lower the chest to the mat. Forehead kisses the mat as you inhale, arch through the spine, baby cobra. Exhale, release head to mat, tuck toes. Press up into plank. Exhale, downward dog. On the inhale, step the feet up to the top of the mat to meet your hands. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands into heart center. Close the eyes. Feel the warmth of your heart. Breathe deeply, soften, allow, experience. You can release the hands at your sides. And we will play around with warrior pose before winding our practice down. So to come into warrior, gentle style, so we're building something here. So we're working to build our yoga practice, but I'm a good teacher for breaking these kinds of things down. So bring the hands on the hips, send the left leg back as you bend into this front knee. This is a lunge. So first get the feet right here. And what I mean by getting the feet right is pressing down into this front foot and out of this back leg. Sometimes it helps if you lift the front toes and then press them down onto the mat. Once this feels stable, and you may need to pull the belly button in for the core support. Once this feels stable, you will pivot on this back foot so the knife edge of your foot is in the same direction as that short edge of the mat. So this is a shorter stance for warrior, which is fine because we're building our yoga practice, okay? So we're here, and we could stay here for the whole time we practice warrior. If this is gonna hurt our shoulders and you just wanna work on the feet aspect of it, perfect. You want your hips open to the front of the room. If you're looking for the next layer, inhale, send the arms out into a T. Look out in between the index and middle finger of the right hand. You're in warrior. Breathe into your belly. And on the exhale, drop the back arm as you open up through the front arm. Exhale, fold forward. The top arm comes onto the top thigh as you reach up through the left arm. Inhale, warrior. Exhale, hands to heart center, pivot on the back foot, lunge. Step up to the top of the mat. Shift the hips from side to side. And then pause. Come into mountain, which is to bring the arms long at your sides. Feet hip distance apart. Close the eyes. And notice what is present now. So I'm going to move to the other side of the mat for demonstration purposes. You can stay where you are. And so now we will send the right leg back into lunge, bringing hands onto the hips. And again, you want to press your weight down into this front foot. You also want to make sure that the knee doesn't come over your toes like this. This is very dangerous. If this is you, pull this knee back over the ankle. You should be able to see your toes. Press out through this back leg. Pivot on the back foot, opening the hips to the front of the room. Knowing you can place your hands on your hips, working with the feet, getting the stability right. If you're ready for the next layer, inhale, the arms open out. Look to the front of the room in between the left hand, the left index and middle finger. Breathe deep into your belly. And on the exhale, drop the back arm down as you open up through the front arm. Inhale, fold forward. The left arm rests on top of the left leg as you reach up through the right arm. Inhale, warrior. And then exhale, pivot on the back foot. Press into the back foot to step you up to the top of the mat. Send the hips from side to side, circle through the hips. And then find a moment of stillness in your mountain pose. Breathe here. Soften and release. And so now we'll come to sit on the mat. So finding your way to sitting your bottom on the yoga mat. Once again, I will check our time. We have plenty of time. That's good. And so now we'll come to lay on the yoga mat. Do some cooling down postures. We will twist, do some yogic twists and some hip stretches, and then we will lay in our final resting posture called Shavasana, which is very nice. Highly recommend that you don't skip it. So you're gonna turn to the front of the mat, and in order to lay on the mat, you might need to roll over onto your side like so, and then come to a flat back. But if there's another way you like to lay on your mat, feel free to do so, as long as you make your way to laying. And the first thing you do is roll your shoulders underneath the heart space. Inhale the knees into the chest and begin to circle through the knees, getting a nice massage for the low back. And then roll the knees over to the right as you open through the left arm. Close eyes, breathe deeply into the belly. Allow this to be a softening, a release. And then on the next inhale, draw the knees back up through center. Exhale, send the knees over to the left as you open up through the right arm. The head looks towards the right hand. Breathe deeply into the belly. Inviting release. Inhale, draw the knees back up through center. Exhale, send the feet down onto the mat. Inhale, extend through the right leg. Exhale, the ankle comes on top of the thigh. Push this right knee away. And on the next inhale, lift the left foot up so that you have this L shape. You're still pressing out on the knee. But you're going to take this left hand to grab the back of the knee. Right, from there, you're going to take this right hand. It's going to go through the hole in between your legs here. And then that also grabs the left thigh. From here, you bend into this right elbow to press out on the knee. And inhale, pull this left knee in towards you. Breathe deeply here. Only pull the knee in as much as is good for you. So you don't want burning or pinching type of pain, but you do want to feel a decent stretch. So meeting your edge and breathing deeply into that, filling the belly. Remembering to flex through the feet, keeping your knees safe. And on an exhale, you will lower this left foot onto the mat. Inhale, the right leg extends towards the ceiling. Exhale, send the right foot down. Inhale, left leg rises up. Exhale, left ankle comes on top of right thigh. Press out, using your left hand to press the knee out. Inhale, lift the right foot up. The right hand grabs the back of the right thigh. And then the left hand will come through this hole, through the legs, to embrace the back of the thigh. Flex your feet, pull the legs in towards you. Breathe deeply. For a few rounds of breath. Flexing through the feet. And on an exhale, you will lower the right foot back to the mat. Inhale, reach the left foot up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower the left foot. Send your legs from side to side, windshield wipering them. Extend each leg out long. Again, roll shoulders underneath the heart space. Extend long through your arms. Find stillness. We are now in Shavasana, final resting posture, which is to release the effort of the practice. We have broken open pockets of energy for release. So allow the body to make new connections and to restore itself. If only for a few moments. Offer yourself this space of release and renewal. Begin to draw breath into the nose. Wiggle through the fingers and the toes, inviting felt sensation back into the body. Roll over onto your favorite side in the fetal position. Spending your last few precious moments on the yoga mats. And inhale, press yourself up. Come into a comfortable seat. I'm moving because the Zoom screen disappeared. So I want to make sure Zoom is still working. I think it is. It is. So, coming into a comfortable seat on the yoga mat. To close out this yoga practice, so close your eyes, deepen the breath, breathe in through the belly, or breathe in through the nose, expanding the belly. And exhale, release, breathing in and up, exhaling down and out. One more time, breathing in and up, exhaling down and out. Bring your hands to heart center, feeling the warmth of your heart. Knowing that all is well, even if the external reality doesn't always match that feeling. Knowing you are strong and resilient, you can bring your body to safety. Thank you for watching. I hope you are well. Bring the thumbs to the third eye. Bow to your own inner light. Namaste. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Crawling to the screen. Bye. See you next time.